Hello everyone, hope you're having a fantastic day, and welcome back to Beacon Pines. We're going to left off of choosing the choice, as we can see with the image even, where Mr. Kerr is dangling, and Luca had no choice but to... We already did refuse, where then Kerr stays alive, and we get a bad ending, basically. Now, we'll accept Iggy's request.
Luca had no choice but to accept Iggy's request. With a quiet blink, Luca watched a teardrop sail down into the howling void. As his fingers slowly gave up, he met eyes with Iggy.
Good.
The two silhouettes were swallowed by darkness.
Wait, another explosion? Oh. The source is okay? Hell of a goodbye, Iggy. Look, you should really step back. What? Quickly. Oh, wait, what? Curious. Ah, but of course. Those fireworks of Iggy's must have been just the right amount of energy. We should get out of here before... before perennial harvest? Whoops. Not until you tell me what just happened. Your friend's sacrifice just saved this town. For a little while, anyway. How? Tempus liquamine is a peculiar substance. It can change the relationship between matter and time itself. You lost me. But doing so requires unfathomable energy. In a closed system, that energy can only come from its surroundings. A useful side product of this property being, by adding precisely the correct amount of energy to it, one can create a cryogenic cascade. So the gunk makes things cold, and the fireworks made the whole freeze over. That's one way of putting it, yes. As dumb luck would have it, the fireworks weren't strong enough to generate a runaway reaction. I shudder to think what would have happened in that case. Yeah, I've already seen that. Multiple times. Thanks, Gran.
We have some idea what that would look like.
Yep. It will take them a good while to safely break through and access the source again. If you know all of this stuff, why haven't you been helping? I have been, in my way. Each one of us has our role to play. Iggy's role, it turns out, was to buy us precious time. Mine has been to observe and wait. Wait for what? You. Me, why? What's my role?
A fierce twinkle flashed in Nat's eyes.
Luca Van Horn, you're going to save the world. You turned into a Final Fantasy game.
With a chuckle, Nat turned and walked west. Dumbfounded, Luca followed behind him, trudging through the snow. Every step taking him further away from everyone and everything he knew, and closer to destiny. To be continued in...
What?
Beacon Pines. Pines harder.
What? You're kidding me. They're actually... Oh no, there is going to be a sequel?
Revenge served cold.
This sounds like it could be sarcastic or satirical?
Second time's a charm?
Okay, they just haven't thought of a... Maybe they just haven't thought of a name for it, and these are just comical ways of... But two dashes and charm. Why were they purple?
That's it? This ends with a crummy cliffhanger just when it was getting good?
I hope they don't actually use it as a sales pitch.
I was even starting to like Iggy. No way. I refuse to be associated with some never-ending parade of sequels.
Okay, that's a good thing to hear.
Let's go back and find something more definitive.
It just sort of ends there, but we don't have the middle branch that comes from here. I've been avoiding this the whole time. I'm guessing since this, you can see the trees, they're all fully grown. There's no other branches. But in here, there's that little vine you can see above this flower here. It's a little vine, but there's no more growth. These are all dead ends. So only have one more. They say we save the world, but in a way that the game doesn't want to show, or could, but literally in a sequel. I don't know if that was just all a joke or if there was some truth in the joke or not, but we're now going extremely far back in time. Time to bust out the tickle.
Well, time to bust out the tickles.
Hey, Tish, want to see something cool? Yup. Check it.
Beck lunged forward and began to tickle under Tish's arms.
What the Tish, is she tickling you? Yup. Hey, yup. Hey, yup.
Tears began to form in Tish's eyes as she gasped for breath between gales of laughter.
Yup.
Beck redoubled her efforts until Tish finally had had enough.
And they run. What just happened? She seems nice. Sorry for the interruption. I think you were just threatening us.
Iggy's eyes darted around, a realization dawning on his face that he was now outnumbered.
I just remembered. I have somewhere to be. See you around, new
Iggy
kid.
kicked at the puddle before making his escape.
Hey, seriously. Whoa. What a little creep. Beck, I think you got a little ooze in your hair.
Shook the ooze out of her hair as best as she could.
Is it bad? It depends what your feelings about having a more mature, refined look. Oh, God.
Chapter 4. The Best Policy. Luca paused for a moment, catching his breath. He'd only just met Beck, and somehow he already managed to drag her into this mess. Hopefully he could make it up to her, but finding Rolo was his primary concern.
Can't even step in the puddle myself. Oh. Luca, what the hell are you doing out here? And why did a kid with gray hair just run past us in a panic?
Roxy and Fitz looked drained. It was clear they'd spent all day searching.
That's Beck. I don't care who she is. What happened? We're just helping look for Rolo. Luca, I need you to start telling me the
Roxy's
truth.
temper could often be dismissed as the impatience of an older sibling. But this was the most intense Luca had ever seen her. Her eyes were wild and unfocused, looking straight through Luca.
We're running out of
In a
time.
torrent of rambled words and tears, Luca broke down.
Rolo and I weren't just playing in Weep Wood yesterday. We were investigating lights at the old Valentine warehouse, but someone was there in a strange suit, and we hid in the dumpster and had a heavy bag dropped on us, and I think it was a body, and so we ran, but we got split up, and I ran home. And it's all my fault. And now my best friend may never come back. Wow. Just, wow.
Roxy, still exhausted and angry, softened briefly as her eyes hunted the ground in thought. With a determined sigh, she looked up at Luca.
It's not your fault, Luca. Rolo's gonna be okay, I
Roxy
promise.
drew herself up.
I'm gonna fix this. Luca, go home. But I want to help. This is too dangerous for a kid. I can't just sit around. I have to do something.
Roxy tried to think of the safest place to send Luca.
You can help in Gran's house. Yeah, you go back to that little tree house you two like to play in. Wait there in case Rolo shows up. Sound like a
He
plan?
wiped his cheeks and gave a quick nod.
You did the right thing, telling me the truth. Now scoot. You really believe his story? What other option do we have? Things have been strange around here leading up to the festival. My dad has been acting weird lately. Well, weirder than normal.
Looking into the puddle, Roxy rubbed her arms to warm up.
Why is it so cold here? This place gives me the willies. Wait at the treehouse in case Rolo shows up. Well, I guess we're getting closer and closer to possibly an end of everything in the game. Depends on how long this pathway goes. Not sure. But I'll definitely look around. I'm kind of curious about when it did say the end and it said 2 and then like Roman numeral 2. Or we could think of it as just scratches of line. There's like 2 scratches vertically and 2 scratches that were, you know, the dashes, and then charm. There's something about charms that are needed. I'm going to assume it's maybe something to do with the fishing. Like we have the secret password. But it also depends on what the whole dreams that Luca has where he sees his future self. If that's like him prophesizing something that will be at this timeline. Like, if that is really his future self, he'll lose an eye or something. He'll be older and disgruntled and cynical and angry. Or if that's just him projecting. You don't know with butterfly effect kind of things. But I'm not sure. I don't think the game will go that far into the future, but we won't know until we get to the end of everything. So I'll look around and see if I can find anything new before going.
Nuncreed jumped
never
with
mind.
a start.
Whoa, don't sneak up on me, on an old fella like that. Sorry, who are you talking to? What?
Luca motioned to the phone booth.
Oh, no. I was just checking because I thought I heard it ring. The dang thing never does, of course. Yeah, I've never seen anyone use it, really. The whole thing's a waste of money, if you ask me. Any word from Rolo yet? Not yet. Long time for a boy to lose his way. Rolo knows those woods too well to get lost. I suppose you're right. Silly boy's antics have this whole town worried sick. Antics. We all know Rolo likes to play his little pranks. You think this is a prank? What other possible explanation could there be? He's not playing a prank and he didn't get lost. Someone took him, I know it. How would you know that? Unless... Luke, is there something that you know?
Mr. Nuncreed gently placed one of his substantial hands on Luca's shoulder.
Substantial hands. Dang it, boy, if there is something you know, something that could help your friend, you need to tell folks. Oh, pivotal point again?
Peered up at Mr. Nuncreed. Kind eyes warmed a stern face.
No, since we know, if this was before I even trusted him, or if this was before we saw the truth that he was like an employee, but I'd say he's more on the good side.
There was a deeper emotion hiding beneath it all.
We've seen more than, like, some people might play this game and literally choose this pathway before going to the left or right tree branch paths, and then have seen all the other things.
It was subtle, but Luca could sense something eating away at him.
He wants to help, so there's definitely shame. I want to know, doing malice would be probably the wrong path, but even with this game, you don't know if doing the wrong thing can mean the right thing. We could mistake it for malice. Well, malice is actually a new one. Malice was something I got not too long ago, if I remember. So I'm going to leave, I was going to pick malice because it'd be silly, but we got it new. It might be the final thing then. So I'll go with the one I would have been able to choose prior, which is shame.
There was a shame lurking behind those eyes.
Shame would be right, though.
A deep sadness. If Mr. Nuncreed was that worried about Rolo, maybe he could help.
As long as he's not really still working for Valentine's, like a little, what's the word I would use that's not too vulgar? Now let's just say if he's not slaving over the Valentine still. Yesterday, Rolo and I were messing around at the old Valentine warehouse.
Mr. Nuncreed raised an eyebrow.
Both of you? You were with Rolo when he went missing? Not exactly. I was hiding in the dumpster. The dumpster? What were you doing in there? At first we were just looking around. Then someone in a strange yellow suit came and dumped something on us. We both got scared and ran. We don't know if it was Nuncreed in that suit before, too. That was the last I saw of him. You got scared by some garbage? Well, that's why you don't go skulking in someone's dumpster. But it wasn't garbage. I think it was a body. I'm sure it was just some trash. No, there was a name tag. It said Deep Engineering.
Mr. Nuncreed's shoulders slumped.
I wish you wouldn't have said that.
A deep sigh bellowed from his chest.
Why did you have to? I tried, Luca. God knows I tried to keep you safe.
Attempted to take a step back, but Nuncreed's hand clamped down on his shoulder.
But you Van Horns just can't help yourselves, can you? We were all so close to being done with this.
With a firm shove, Nuncreed manhandled Luca into the phone booth.
Man, I don't think you should say manhandled in this kind of situation. That just sounds weird. No, like, okay. When you say something like, this man manhandled the child, doesn't that just sound completely freaking wrong? Jesus Christ. No, you don't manhandle children. You don't use that word. That's just weird. Am I the only one who thinks so? It just sounds weird. What are you doing? It's out of my hands now.
The door latched shut with a mechanical hiss.
Don't tell me it's gonna immediately go to a dead end or bad ending.
As Luca pounded the glass, the floor dropped from under his feet. The inside of the phone booth was now a loose capsule, plummeting at gravity's whim. Luca winced and pressed his hands to the walls. As he braced for impact, the capsule hurried to a surprisingly smooth stop. He felt a cold rush of air and opened his eyes with hesitance. Two large figures in hazmat suits occluded his view. Luca heard the deep, resigned voice of Mr. Nuncreed over an intercom. He knows too much. The end.
What? He knows too much. The end. Really?
Wait.
What?
No.
It just a dead end there?
This isn't the
That
end.
quickly?
I know.
Well, I know they
there's
wouldn't have
still much
wanted.
more.
I know they wouldn't have wanted you to see like the laboratory down there that early. That would have been weird for them to see the lab down there in the little tubes, or go into the winter area. Not this early, so it just ends instead. So
Somehow this went wrong. Okay, let's try something else.
you do malice. At the very least, we get away from him. We just distrust him falsely. What's this music? Nuncreed's main theme of really, really large dog looming over you, about to manhandle you.
There was a malice lurking behind those eyes,
Well, I guess in this instance it's true.
like a trap ready to spring. Luca felt the weight of Nuncreed's hand on his shoulder. Something wasn't right. He didn't know why, but something was telling Luca to get out of there.
I just want this to all be over. Well, of course, I'm sure it will all work out soon enough. I should get going. I told Roxy I'd check for Rolo at the
Luca
treehouse.
twisted free of Nuncreed's grasp.
Of course. Luca, you know your dad and I were good friends back in the day. You can come to me with anything. Anything at all. You know, fucking spy. Alright, but yeah, this time, as I was saying before Nuncreed stopped me, I'm gonna look around for possible, more charms. I gotta look for more. Although, I'm sure I've found them all, honestly, at this rate. Oh, yeah, that was the dog that he was talking to. Wait. Who the hell is that dog, then? No, it was this dog. I thought, when I mistakenly, like the last episode or last episode, I was talking about why, what then Sharp or Valentine is a little dog. What was he talking to the little dog? I thought it was Iggy at first, and mistakenly, it was actually that dog we've never seen before. If they know each other, what were they talking about the sign? Because then that other dog is privy, it has to be privy to the information that he's Sharper, and to know what's behind the sign, because the dog was with them. So who the hell is that dog? Who the hell are you? These festival decorations are a bit humdrum. Now if I were to throw a festival, it'd be a thing to behold. I agree, this is all more than a little sad. It's worse than sad, it's boring. What if we did a little something to spice things up? I'm listening. You know that festival sign waiting to be unveiled? It would be a shame if
Joe
someone...
scurried off, eagerly formulating a plan.
Yeah, what... It's like they're playing a prank, and it's given off as that impression, but... Who is that other dog for him to be, like, privy to that information? Really strange. But we'll continue looking. Oh, wait. Identify yourself, please. Nellie Modwell. I work here now. I'm unable to locate you on our staff roll. Oh, I don't officially start until tomorrow. Mr. Kerr said I could come in early tonight to get a few things done. Hold, please. Clearance authorized. Thank you. Our harvest awaits. Whoa. You could get a wrench up to the noggin sneaking up on a guy like that. Don't scare a man while he's junkin', sonny. Evening, Jeff. Isn't it kind of late to be junkin'? I might as well ask the same thing of you. Find anything good? Ever since Perennial Harvest moved in, even the junk is trash. You can learn a lot about a person by looking at what they throw away. With this bunch, it's all shredded paper and coffee cups. Well, I'd better get going. I didn't see nothing if you didn't see nothing. See what? Exactly. I don't know. Junking is kind of not a respectable craft. I mean, it kind of gets annoying. It's like you live in a suburban area, as I have a few times in my life.
What?
Like any place that has a lot of retired old people, and you throw out recycling, you'll have a bunch of old people in carts go down the street and dig through your recycling to look for like beer bottles for them to take to bring to the beer store for little petty cash, and they do that as like a hobby and as a way to make cash because they can't work anymore, kind of thing. It's kind of annoying. At the same time, I kind of get it, but at the same time, it's kind of annoying because it's someone digging through your trash and recycling. And usually, sometimes they leave a mess too. Sometimes they're just in it for the money, and they're kind of annoying like that. I don't know. No. Is there anything? I'm gonna hope everything. Everything is here still. Perfect day. I'm gonna look around still. But yeah, give me a sec. Rolo?
He aired a long holler into the woods.
Rolo! Sigh. Rolo, wherever you are, I hope you're okay.
Luca felt his eyes getting heavy and plopped into the beanbag. He conceded to its lumpy embrace.
None of them have used the hammock at all.
Once again,
one of those moments.
Luca found himself in a vast black expanse. This time, he knew exactly where to go. He took a single confident step forward. The world flickered and pulsed. He found himself standing in front of the frigid air of a blazing campfire. The source. He plopped down cross-legged and gazed into the cold flame, waiting. Soon enough, the fire began to die out, popping sporadically, until all that was left was a single ember. Luca stood up and dusted himself off. He plucked the glowing ember from the cold ash, examined it, and slid it into his pocket. A keepsake. The voice of his father spoke behind him. "You made me proud, Buckaroo." Luca turned to face him. "Dad, what is this place?" A warm grin grew across his father's face. "A place where everything that has been and everything that could be all wait together." Luca found himself staring at his father's face, trying as hard as he could to memorize every single detail. "Wait? For what?" Another voice spoke out as Luca's doppelganger stepped forward. "That's up to you." Without knowing why, Luca began to weep. Is any of this real? Are you real?" Luca's father bent down to smudge away a tear. "Of course. I'm as real as the part of you that misses me." Luca turned to look at the older version of himself. "And you?" The doppelganger choked back tears. "I'm as real as the part of you that's angry he's gone." Does that make sense? Through his tears, Luca laughed. "I think so." His father pulled him in for an embrace. "Time to go, Buckaroo." Luca was startled from his dream by a banging on the floor.
Are you in there?
A commanding voice rumbled from below.
As long as it's not Mr. Kerr.
Just as Luca sprang to lock the entry hatch, the door knocked open.
Come on, Roxy. Oh.
Chapter 5. Dangers big and small.
Maybe Iggy.
Luca stumbled back. He heard the rope ladder creak under significant weight.
Oh. Okay, well then that has to be the oh man, the Rhino character, Tish or Rolo then. Wait, Nuncreed? Significant weight only means 3 characters.
Keeping his eyes fixed on the hatch, he inched backward to the balcony. As his hand grasped the door handle, Luca froze. A large figure clumsily wriggled up through the hole.
Okay. There we go. Oh, Rolo in a black t-shirt. Or I'll... Wait, what? He's huge! He's older! What? Sheesh, I know it's dark and all, but I figured you'd recognize me. Who are you?
The large figure cocked its head inquisitively.
Huh. Stop now or I'll clobber you with the baseball bat. Whoa, 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 take it easy. Look, you need to get your eyes checked. It's me, Rolo. Nice try, but I know you aren't Rolo. You're like one of his random uncles or something. Where is he? Haha, uncle. Look, quit messing around. It's me. If it really is you, prove it. A flaming chicken coop, Luca.
Luca's jaw dropped. He peered more closely at the man standing in front of him. Something about him was undeniably Rolo. Only bigger, older.
Where did he get into, like, the green... Did he, like, dive into green goop like Joker did in the original Batman movie? Except instead of turning into a clown, Rolo's already a clown. He dove into the green vat, the mystery green vat of mystery acid and became older and not disfigured. I guess? I'm confused.
Changed.
Oh no, they said the word changed. What happened to you? When I was running away, I ran into more people in those yellow suits. They grabbed me and dragged me away. Wait, where did they take you? Don't know, they threw a bag over my head. It was cold and smelled like a swimming pool. I think it was an underground lab or something. They made my hands all big, look.
Rolo proudly presented his hands to Luca.
Pretty sweet, right? I mean, it wouldn't be my first pick for a superpower. But beggars can't be choosers. Rolo, it wasn't just your hands. My feet, too? Dang, Pa just made me new shoes. Wait, Luca, why are you so small?
Luca moved to the side and pointed Rolo to his reflection in the balcony window.
What the?
His hands shot up to his face.
Holy Toledo. Rolo, what did they do to you? They made me drink some sort of green crud. Oh, drink it? It's what Sharper Valentine drank then. Ew. Actually, it wasn't too bad. It kind of tasted like licorice. Wait. Licorice. Sharper Valentine had tested the prototype on Rolo then in this timeline? Because like Sharper said when he bought licorice from Nuncreed, he's like, ah yes, licorice. Tastes like licorice, you say, huh? Passed out and woke up like this, and then I sorta smashed open my cage and escaped. You smashed open a cage? Kinda. At least I think I did. It's all kind of a blur. They had you in a cage. Who are these people? I don't know who did this, but we're gonna fix it. Fix it. This is awesome. And I'm just glad you're safe. I mean, does he have extra strength? Is it just him being a farm boy and, you know, it's just grown up? I mean, he'd just be a strong farmer kid. Now a strong farmer man. Although, I don't know. I'd say maybe he's relatively... Maybe they made him 16 to 19 years old. I wouldn't think mid to late 20s. But it's hard to tell with furry characters. Luca, you don't need to worry about me. Like, I would think Luca's like 8 and Rolo is 16, 19 right now. I think that would maybe be a good guesstimate other people might agree with. But yeah, Luca, you don't need to worry about me. Sure, I got snatched, but look at it this way. I got snatched. I know where snatched people go. We may finally have a lead on what happened to your family. Maybe you're right, but this all seems dangerous. Danger, ha!
Rolo shadowboxed a few jabs.
I'll take them all on. Hey, fellas, what's up?
With a yelp, Rolo dove behind Luca.
Ah, take cover. Did I come at a bad time? Who the heck are you? This is Beck. Sorry, something truly bizarre just happened and I need help. I didn't know where else to go. So, you're just hanging out here with your large adult friend? No, this is my buddy Rolo. This is your missing friend. One and the same. He seems a little old. I'll have you know this is a recent development. The heck does that mean? Oh, I'm sorry, you're the one who just showed up out of nowhere. So we'll be asking the questions here. That's fair. How did you find us? Your silly little treehouse. I think you mean our silly little mission control. I hate to break it to you, but your secret path isn't so secret, and I could hear your racket from a mile away. See, look, this is why we need improved security around here. Not now, Rolo. Beck, you said something bizarre happened? Yeah, but...
She shot a nervous glance at Rolo.
Anything you can say around me, you can say around Rolo. This has been a weird day all around, hasn't it? Yep.
Beck's eyes narrowed.
Okay, so it all started when I made it back home. My first order of business was to try to salvage my hair, so I dyed it with some stuff from the chemistry set my mom gave me. Well, it's no longer white, so they bleached it blue. Just need to play it cool, and hope no one notices. Notice what? Oh, nothing. I was just... come over here and let me have a look. Oh, honey, what in the world did you do to your hair? I just felt like a change. It's gonna take forever to grow out. You're the one who said that change was a good thing, right? I was talking about your mother's new job. I was talking about us moving. Well, I guess I just took your lesson to heart.
Ilona tried to put on a smile.
Ilona, I see. Before I forget, I came up here to tell you that Nellie had to go into work. Tonight. Her and Mr. Kerr decided it would be good for her to get some things done before tomorrow. That Kerr guy seems like a grade A creep. Beck. He is, him and his weird cult of personality. You are not going to ruin this job for Nellie. I mean, do you disagree? It means too much to her. Oh, I know exactly how much it means to her. It means enough to her to exile her daughter to this podunk town. This place sucks. The people are weird. You just don't know them yet. It's always cold. We're in the mountains, you'll get used to it. I can't even pick up a single decent station on the radio. It's all banjo music and farm reports. You know I grew up in a town not that different from this one. Is that why you're better at talking to plants than people? Okay. So here's what we're gonna do. First of all, you're grounded. What? In the morning, I'll have Nellie come and see what we can do about fixing your hair. You need to look presentable for the festival. But, not another peep.
She sighed, and after a moment, looked down at Beck sympathetically.
I know moving is hard, honey, but that doesn't mean you have to make yourself miserable all the time. Other people seem to have that covered for me. Oh, and if you decide to rebel by dyeing your hair more...
She flashed a sly grin and tousled Beck's hair.
I'll just shave it off for you. Think of how rebellious you look then. Very funny. Thank you. Good night, sweetie. And good night, Mom. Wait. First of all, this town does not suck. Second, you need help because you got grounded? No. I'm sorry you got in trouble. It's my fault your hair got screwed up in the first place. It's not your fault, it's Iggy's fault. Don't worry about it. I actually kind of like this look. Great. Can we get back to the story now? The next part of the story is the important bit. I have this radio I upgraded with my mom, and I was too angry to sleep. So I tried to dial in something worth listening to. Mr. Kerr, are you there? Wait, why is it the junk radio that's being shown? Mr. Kerr, are you there? Mr. Kerr? Yes, I'm busy. What is it? Apologies, I have the founder on the line. Patch him through immediately. Yes, one moment. Hello, sir. It's so nice to hear from you. Skip the pleasantries. What's your report on our new lead researcher of deep engineering? Nellie Modwell seems to be integrating nicely. At this very moment, she's working to help us meet our deadline. She offered to work overtime before I even had the chance to suggest it. Excellent. And you have faith that she's capable of finishing the work left by her predecessor that totally isn't the one thrown in the dumpster? Her work must be complete before the festival. I'll make sure she stays day and night until it's accomplished. Good. You know how I feel about loose ends. Yes, sir. Once she has finished the work, we need to make a determination regarding her long-term prospects in the company. Immediately, sir. I usually have more time to fully bring people into the fold. We are in the endgame, Bill. After your failures with Dr. Prescott, I can't afford to take any risks. Of course, sir. No loose ends, sir. Once she finishes the work, she will either leave the office completely committed to perennial harvest, or she won't leave at all. Perfect. Sir, if I might suggest, maybe we should delay just for a bit. Oh? It's just we seem to be rushing to hit this festival deadline, and rushing into things has caused some issues in the past. I see. Please understand that I just want what's best for you. I'm eternally grateful for all that you've done for me. Bill, I'll make this very clear for you. I brought you in to make things run smoothly, not to have opinions. Of course, sir. Chin up, Bill. You are only a few days away from having everything you ever dreamed of. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Whoa. Yeah. Just so we're clear, when they said loose ends, they were talking about murder, right? Like actually killing someone. Capital murder.
Gave Rolo a quick elbow to the ribs.
Who is the founder? I was hoping you guys would know. Now, as far as we know, Kerr is the top banana perennial harvest. He sounded scared of this founder guy. So we have an even topper banana on the field. The hell's my mom caught up in? Has she talked much about the job much? Not really. She said she was going to come in and continue the work of someone she respected. Well, she respects a dead person now, does she? Luca, do you think that body at the warehouse was the person Beck's mom came to replace? That would make sense. Beck, it seems like Nellie's predecessor got, loose-ended. I'm getting that impression. Okay, so we need to get your mom out of there before the festival happens. That's 2 days away. Won't she just come home after work? The creep on the radio said they were going to hold her there until then. So if she's not coming out, we gotta go in and get her.
Beck flicked a large sheet of paper out of her pocket and slammed it on the floor.
Maybe this'll help. You have blueprints? Well, it's really just a welcome map from my mom's PH orientation day, but it shows the layout. Sure looks like blueprints to me. Look, here's the reception area. There's a big room marked Founder's Office. It even has the exits marked. Guys. We have a deadline, we have an objective, we have blueprints. You realize what this is, right?
Rolo started to wiggle with excitement.
It's not a treasure map. I think we're heisting. This is officially a heist.
Chapter 6.
Alright, we're gonna have to leave it here. Oh, interesting. We're gonna have to see. I'm gonna just keep playing until I get it all done. Oh, I'm not sure how long this pathway goes, or if having all pathways done and getting the fishing done reveals the true ending. Because again, that makes me think about the whole -- Roman numerals 2 and charm. There'd be no reason for that to be glowing purplish pink, unless it was significant in some way. But I'm going to assume it's something about getting a special charm. But we still have the whole password from his dad in the past, and if the past and the future and the present are all combined in Luca's dreams in some Ashton Kutcher butterfly effect, then let's just presume that it depends too, because like they said that the future Luca was everything that he probably also like psychologically bottled up of his anger for his dad, while his dad was, I think, what we could say the projection of Luca's innocence. Like when they first dove into his mind and he said he saw, or his mentality at least, or his mind perceived his dad laying his head on his wife or Luca's mom's lap kind of thing. So it could just be the whole dual psychosis, probably incorrect wording, but you know what I mean, of Luca's anger and Luca's innocence, both portrayed in his dreams, projected into other people. Makes sense. Either it does have a butterfly effect, and those are them in some sci-fi fantasy kind of style, or it's just Luca's psyche projecting onto a character that represents his innocence as his dad, and the anger in his older self, for some reason. One or the other, it doesn't matter which one it is. We can believe in both until proven otherwise. But nonetheless, I hope you enjoyed. Look forward to more Beacon Pines. If you are enjoying, please leave a like, comment, hit that subscribe button, become a fluff subscriber, hit the notification down below for updates on my videos. Thank you for watching. Until the next time.